This is LTV.
Inside Leominster is brought to you in part through the generous support of N.P. Crowley Company Incorporated and by DeCarolis Insurance Agency Incorporated, DeCarolisinsuranceagency.com, and by Enterprise Bank. Enterprise Bank creates success. EnterpriseBanking.com.
Hello and welcome to Inside Leominster. My name is Dean Mazzarella, Mayor for the city. And yes, we are live here this afternoon. We have guests, but we can always take your phone call at 978-534-1626. Don't forget, if you line us up an interested guest that we can make connection with somewhere around the world and have a Leominster connection, you get the free official 3 a.m. club, 9 o'clock briefing, and Inside Leominster. So there you go. We are, let's see what's going on here. I got to check. Let's see. I'll get us coming up next, but that's okay. Hey, we'll make this do here with guests this afternoon. A couple of things. Tomorrow is, let's see, Flannel Shirt Friday. And if you want to wear a flannel shirt at home, fine. Send us $5. People ask you, what do you want to wear a flannel shirt today? Maybe at work you can ask your boss, is it okay if we come into work tomorrow? Or next week? We'll do it every Friday, I think, or is right up until the holidays. And the boss might say, sure, what's it for? And we're going to raise money for the Mayor's Energy Fund. And that would really help a whole lot of people. Yes, it would help a whole lot of people. And $5 adds up to 10 and 100, and pretty soon you help fill up somebody's fuel tank. Anyway, that's what's going on. Now, also, on Saturday, that's this Saturday, would be the 22nd, is the Halloween, or Halloween, whichever it is that you call it. And it's the parade. It's the largest parade in the state. And it's over a mile long. And we meet behind Walgreens. Don't come any later than 1, but 10 of, quarter of, somewhere around there. And it's us. We're in our costumes. People have floats. You could decorate your wagon or cart or anything, your tractor, whatever it is. And then we march through town, and then when we're through, it's trick-or-treat time, and we have over 20 businesses lined up to participate in trick-or-treating and giving out candy and treats. And then we have some activities down on the Common. So there you go. Any questions at all, you can call us tomorrow. Check. It's on Facebook at Leominster Community Development. It's on my site. It's also on the website. And any questions tomorrow, 534-7500. We're open today at City Hall till 5:30. So 978-534-7500, extension 0. 534-1626 is the phone number here. So, yes, and the 31st is actually Halloween and Leominster Frights. So you get on Facebook or go to Leominster Community Development, go to the website, and you'll see we have a map there. Look for the map. It's called Leominster Frights. And it's got a list and a map of where all the Halloween decorations are. People that, start, next week and start decorating, like the day after Halloween, they start decorating for the following Halloween. People are really into it. So, yes, that's what I suggest that you do. And it'll give you a whole list and let you know exactly where to go for to see all of the Halloween decorations. Okay, we're going to take a short break. Art is tied up today, but we have plenty of guests, so let's go right to the commercial, and then we'll be right back.
Hey, folks. This is John Chapman. They call me John Appleseed, or Johnny Appleseed, and I've been around here for a few years. And I'm just here to tell you to make sure you come down to Shoreland Farms. I had me a Macintosh and a McCowan apple today, and they're delicious. They're really delicious. You should come down and get them. I might be here for a few more minutes, So come down and we'll talk. Take care.
We're back here at Inside Leominster. Thank you for watching. We're live this afternoon. And yes, plenty to do. So we finish out Halloween. Not to rush things, but, you know, we're closing on Election Day, 18 days, and then Veterans Day, and then Thanksgiving, and then we kick into the spend the holidays in Leominster with, you might be thinking about it already. Now, it's not too soon to be thinking about working on a tree. And 90% of it is just organizing a group. Sometimes just have some fun. Maybe it's a family, your organization, your church. And you decorate a tree, and we put them all in the auditorium. It's called the Festival of Trees. And then people bid on them, so we raise some money that way. We don't charge for admission for Festival of the Trees. But later, people can bid on them, so we take all that money. It goes back to the fuel fund. Got the first $5 from Sue McNeill, and she's going to be wearing her flannel shirt tomorrow in our first of many flannel shirt Fridays. So you can, it's an honor system, so if you want to take a picture and send it in to us, post it on my Facebook. You can. Carl, will you be allowing the staff here at LTV to wear flannel shirts tomorrow?
I'll have to dig one out, but yes.
Keith, do you have a flannel shirt?
I might have to steal one from my dad.
How can you not have a flannel shirt? I thought like everyone in the world
You can
has
probably steal one from me.
Bradley, you don't have one either?
I said Keith can probably steal one from me.
All right. Oh, you've got them. Yeah, I was going to say, that's like your uniform.
Is that my style?
Your style. It's my style. Good for you. Anyway, pull those. I thought everybody had like 15 or 20 of those flannel shirts. Does he have them? Anyways, Sue McNeill and Linda Kinsey are my guest, and they're my guest because they're doing this unique thing, which was we've had this connection with Leominster. Leominster? Is that how they say it? They say it Leominster. Like in Pennsylvania, they say Lancaster.
Yeah.
Lancaster. So everybody has their own thing, which is unique about our country. Is we have different states, different areas of the state. People in Rhode Island or Springfield have a little bit of a different slang, than people in Charlestown. We have our own, right? We have a little Guido here in Leominster, a little Guido, and a little bit of New England, right? We got it all kind of mixed in, and that's what you hear from me every day. But 534-1626, that's our phone number. And it's called Our Town, Leominster, Massachusetts, U.S., and Hertfordshire, UK.
Hertfordshire.
What is it?
Hertfordshire.
Hertfordshire. Hertfordshire.
Her.
It should be Shire at the end, I think, right?
They pronounce
should
it
it be
Hertfordshire.
Shire?
I agree.
Anyway.
Well, whatever.
Hertfordshire, and anyway, so that's a cool thing that you got going.
It is wonderful, and thank you very much for having us on.
Yeah, we've had a long. It's kind of like the sister city, and we've had them out for different celebrations. And I was looking. Tim Braun had when the police officers came out from Leominster, England, had a bunch of patches and things. I wasn't able to find them. There's not limited room in my office. Everything's in storage, and we're going through everything trying to find it. But I'll get it back on. And so, what's the whole point of this? Is this to connect with people?
Yes, actually, when I love history, so I think that's part of it. And because I really, when I found out about Leominster, and I know that Leominster is called all kinds of things, Leominster and everything. So, but I thought, wouldn't it be? I mean, because you've already been connected. I mean, I know that. And wouldn't it be neat? Because now we're into Facebook. Now Facebook is a good way to reach out and say, hey, you all of you over there in the UK can Leominster, excuse me, can actually find out more about us, and then we can find out more about them. Like one of the things I love to do is
they're going to be like next door neighbors, and don't have to be next door neighbors with anybody anymore, right?
That's exactly right.
They can kind of share what's going on in their life in their town. We posted storms, and actually, when the Queen passed away, I was able to call down there and talk to some of the people people that own the hotels and bed and breakfast, and have some conversations with them. So I got peoples down there now.
That's great. Oh, that's the fun part.
And I hope to visit too. Maybe next year. I keep saying next year. Next year will be the year.
I know, because the first thing I really found, and I'm trying to get into some of the language that they use, because it is a little different.
Oh, they would never understand me.
Well,
anyway, they would have no clue what I'm saying.
At first, when they said they were writing a comment, and they said across the pond, and I said across the pond. Oh, yeah, they mean us.
Rockwell, yeah.
That's a long pond.
Well, that's a terminology they use. Across the pond. So
we're learning all to. That's the thing. The whole process is to connect us in a way that we haven't been connected. And as you know, with the pandemic and everything, it's just made connecting even more important.
Right. Well, right. It used to be at one time you connected, by visiting, right, in person. Then it was maybe people wrote letters, and there were people that kind of wrote, and we had a number of mayors that came out here to visit, and then I guess we started using modern day technology and internet and email, and now there's so much social media that there's so many connections. I mean, if you have an interest in anything, right? So there's anything.
Yes, that's right.
I can't believe. Sometimes I think there's like one Facebook page for people that like chocolate cake, and then I'll look, and it'll be like,
I should join that.
On my phone, and I don't know how this happened, but I clicked on. I was trying to get some ideas as we decorate the downtown. So I started clicking on these, like these. I don't know. Honestly, I can't tell you what they are, but they're sites about Christmas, I guess, decorating it. Well, if you keep clicking on them, they keep sending things, which brings you to the others, right? The algorithms take you other places. So this is one called The Magic of Christmas. And you keep clicking on, and sooner or later, it's going to bring you to another one, because it picks up on that's apparently you're watching this site, which then brings you to another, which brings you to another. And this is called Lady in Red now. This is a new one that apparently I belong to. I never asked to belong to it, but it's called Lady in Red. And so you see, this is the good part about social media, is that it could connect.
Oh, connect. And I just recently, we went from two people, myself, who started, had the idea of this connection, doing the page, and then somebody in England, and he helped me build the page. Because I wasn't aware of how to do that at the time. And, but it's just been incredible how we're at 800 now members.
Wow, that's
over
good.
800
hey,
members.
That's awesome.
I mean, in 10 months. And when you talk about all the other pages that you can get to, I've been looking at some of the pages for Leominster, England. I'm in touch right now with newspaper reporter, and I'm hoping to have it, get in. He wants to interview me about the page, and it's just like, and then other Herefordshire. I mean, it's all so close. It's like us in Sterling and us in Fitchburg and all that stuff. So,
and maybe if in your correspondence and communication, we can always get somebody to Skype in, because this is a high-tech studio here.
True.
Right?
That's
and
exactly
we can do
right.
anything.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, if we can, connect with somebody at 4 to 5 in the afternoon, then we can Skype
Be like
them in.
9 o'clock their time.
Yeah, that's still
well,
early.
that's what he did want to talk to me today at this time.
Yeah.
So
We could
thank
Skype
you.
them in. Yeah, just get the information to Carl. They'll set it up. They know all the technical jargon about everything, and they can. So you have a list there. I want to make sure that while we're chatting here, I don't forget anything on the list, because I don't come into this place prepared. This is just a list in front of me, and that's it. So.
No, I was just, the only other thing, I guess, basically, is that I wanted the page to be kind of, fun, too. Like,
Well, you got Sue
education.
involved here.
Yeah.
Her middle name
I
is
did,
fun.
and I'm so grateful. Thank you so
You're
much.
still swimming across the pond down there?
Yeah, it's a
You still
Weldon
do
Pond.
that?
Yeah, well, yeah. You got to train for triathlons, and so that's what you got to do.
You still doing that? You go every day?
Well, not now because it's kind of cold.
Yeah.
I have a wetsuit, but it's just too.
All right.
But there
So
are
you're
people
still
do it
doing that?
all year long.
See, that's across the pond.
Yeah, across Walden Pond.
Yeah. How's Walden doing down there?
They're doing
Thoreau,
all right.
how they
They're
doing?
okay. Sometimes they were having some, algae blooms. And
Oh,
they-
that's
they
right, the
wouldn't-
summer must
They
have been
wouldn't. They
tough.
weren't letting us in, so we just
Yeah.
kind of stay away. So, yes.
Thoreau used to walk through the downtown
That's right.
of Concord, and he'd look into all the stores, and he'd say, and then he'd come back at night and walk by. He says, "They're like prisoners."
Yeah, that's true.
Every day I come by and I look inside, they're there, and I come back at night, they're still there. He
Yeah.
said, "They're like prisoners."
That's true.
And then he'd, go back and do his thing. He'd
So-
be worth wonder if anybody gets, like, royalties to any of his material, right? Every time he
Well,
uses
some of
name.
his family may, and there's a
You think
gentleman
so?
named Richard Smith
Yeah.
who dresses, and he's a historian, and he acts like Thoreau.
Wow, how cool.
He's really cool.
But I wonder if there's any family members that like.
wonder, yeah.
I'm sure he didn't make
Somebody.
too much money at the time, but
No.
I'll
the
bet
pe-
you now.
The pencil factory.
Yeah.
The pencil factory from Acton, that's right.
Right, but I'm just saying, he probably he was a man of little deeds. He was a simple man.
That's right. It's
But
12 foot.
I just wonder, everybody uses his name, and books published and republished. And, right, if you go into the Concord bookstore, there's like 1 million books about Thoreau. And I'm thinking, the poor guy didn't get any of the, today, you play a song on Facebook for more than 4 seconds, and
That's
they
right.
want
They're
royalties.
kicking you out. So I would just like to talk about briefly the 250th anniversary from when Leominster was founded in 1740,
Yes.
and we had the 250th anniversary parade and all of the events that went on in 1990. And so we have some roll tape from
You
the
do?
parade.
From then?
From the parade.
Is there dinosaurs in this?
Yes, this is.
Because 2 years from now, 2024, is the anniversary of Johnny Appleseed.
That's right.
Which is kind of cool.
That'll be cool.
You
Yeah.
know?
So I remember back then I lived in an apartment at 59 Lancaster Street, and we took my couch and put it on the front lawn and watched it. Watched the parade. We had a barbecue, and
It was a big deal, yeah.
It was a huge.
I think Steve Perler was mayor at
Steve
the time.
Perler was mayor.
See, I
and,
remember.
and I was at the Historical Society and the Commission a couple days ago, and I didn't realize that my dad, Larry McNeill, was on the parade committee, because I was looking through the photos and I'm looking through the program.
Yeah.
It's like, I said,
There he
Dad,
is.
there's Larry.
He failed to disclose.
That's all right.
Larry, you failed to disclose that you're on the parade
He
committee.
couldn't come today. I invited him to come down. I have other commitments, Susan.
I know.
I'm
I saw him
sorry.
at City Hall the other day.
See-
Billy had enough time to say hello. He was
Yeah.
like on a mission.
This-
And he didn't take the elevator. He like flew up those
Oh,
stairs
he
like
runs,
a young
oh,
kid.
he's busy.
Good man.
88
All right, let's
years
see.
old.
I didn't know we had tape.
Yes.
This is wow. I was there.
Yes, what we have.
I was working the detail.
See?
There I am now.
Is that you right there?
I don't know. I wasn't
Could be.
there.
You never know. The
Turn it up.
The British are coming. The British are
No,
coming.
that's me right there. Go back a second.
Is that you right there on the left?
I don't know. It looked like it. We'll go back a second. Watch. Yeah, it's me right there.
Right there? Oh, that's... Wow. Yep,
Salute.
you're there.
His Majesty's first
This is awesome.
foot guard from Mansfield.
So exciting.
The British are coming.
Yeah, they're here.
So that's the last time they've been here?
62 people came from Leominster, England, and they put on a play for us at Leominster High School. They did. Oh my gosh, it was. And then we put on a play for them, and the dance studios had performances.
You had a miss. Was there a crowning or something?
Oh, it's everything. They had a miss.
There was everything all year long. This was in September of 1990. Yeah, is he coming on? Is he out?
They've been out after that.
Oh, look at that.
I think the.
Richard.
That's wonderful.
I think the Rotaries had them out here. You have another clip to show?
I had a couple photos of that shot with his name up.
Let me pull those up.
Thank you.
Mr. Bradley, High Tech Bradley.
That's right.
They call him HT for High Tech. HTB.
I went through all the photos and I wanted to make it. There we go. There, Richard Winterbourne. That's a great.
He's still around, Richard?
Yes, I think.
Is he still alive?
You know what? That was one piece of research that I did not do.
Well, you don't have to. I was just
no,
curious.
No, but it would be
whether...
interesting to see if he'd come back. Would he come back?
I remember there was another guy that was mayor. It was an older guy at the time, and he used to come out. And there were some people in town that had connections to him and stayed in touch with him.
Yeah.
I'm sure by letter or whatever. But
they can always stay at our house.
I would love to go, and I'm going to go. I would just love to see what it's like. Now, Mark Bonanza, we've had conversations now. Something may have changed, but he said that the name Leominster, Mass didn't come from Leominster, England. There's no documentation.
Yeah, correct.
But there was a Leominster, England first.
Yeah.
So somewhere along the line, somebody named something Leominster, and then we were named after that. So you could have a great Uncle Pete and an Uncle Pete, and you get named after your Uncle Pete instead of your great uncle. But Pete was probably
the original one.
Named after Pete, Uncle Pete.
And if you look at where Leominster is versus Worcester, then it's the same. It's the same distance in Leominster, England, as it is to Worcester, England, as well. And we have the only We're one of the very few cities in the country that there's only a Leominster. There's no Leominster, Ohio. There's no Leominster.
It's not like Clinton. Clinton, everything.
That's right. And so we're one of the few cities in the country that has.
So it was the original name of Leominster. It's not like it meant something, right? Like a bridge over the mountains. Nile, right? It didn't mean that in another language. It's Leominster, which came from Leominster, England. So somewhere along the line, there has to be a connection to.
I was reading something that there was a gentleman who was one of the founders of back then, and his name looked nothing like Leominster. And I apologize, I don't have that in front of me, but I can always share.
And it might have come from him, you're saying?
Yes, that he named it. Yes.
And you know what's really interesting too, that the town and the city are connected in a lot of different ways, in the sense of the apples.
A lot of common things.
The apples.
Well, Linda, let me tell you, we were live, and I don't remember how many years ago. I don't know if Kyle remembers, but at one point we were live. WTAG out of Worcester had them live. Was doing this whole thing in the celebration of England. I don't remember the connections between Worcester and England. I don't remember, but WTAG had them live. And they were all week long, they were out there.
That's awesome.
And so we get on, and so we're talking about how many things were common. And the only thing is, they have Apple Fest, but it's hard apple.
Yes, it's
hard apple cider. Yeah,
cider.
it's not.
This is stuff that makes you roll around on the ground after a few of those babies, right? This is an apple cider from Sholin.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so there were a lot of common things. So we chatted on the phone for a while, and again, they had a difficult time understanding my... whatever
your dialect.
Yeah, my dialect, which is, they're like, what did he say,
Yeah,
978-534-1626 is the phone number to call, and you can go to, so what's the actual site? If they look up our town, Leominster, Massachusetts?
Leominster
It'll
is
come up.
our town.
Yep.
Leominster.
It'll come up.
Yep, it'll come up.
That's awesome.
And I was going to mention that, sheep was another thing. For a while we had sheep. Mm-hmm. And they were a big sheep center.
Big sheep peoples, yeah. I want to hang downtown.
And the dunking chair.
Yeah.
The dunking chair was fascinating.
Yeah, they put the witches on there, and then if you drowned, that meant you you were innocent. If you floated, that meant you were guilty. And they put
Guilty
the
is
drunken-
charged. He's floating. Yikes.
And of course, this year everybody's so aware, and our condolences, your condolences,
Yeah,
our
the Queen.
condolences, the Queen. I mean, we had people posting on the page that were actually, you know, Leominster
Yeah.
here, people saying, "I'm so sorry for your loss over there." And
Yeah, they took it hard. I mean, they were. Now we called down there. We talked to a number of people. Now some were in the pub. So what they said is, we're taking this really hard, but they're in the pub, and they said, well, we don't want you to take this, you know, over the pond here. We don't want you to take it wrong. This is not like we're out getting smashed, you know, like we're gonna like drink 10 beers and you know, because we're sad. This is how we do it. And they said it's a toast to the Queen, and not, you know, and this is our way. You know, something happens and people go to the pub, to the local pub, or to the local gathering spot, like coffee shops or whatever, and people feel like, I need to go somewhere, I need to kind of be around other people and talk and reflect and all that. So
it happens everywhere.
It was like a disclaimer, like, yeah, we're in the pub, but we don't want you to think, right? Remember Carl? Oh, it was Kelly that was working with it.
Yeah, and Carl did do a shot about.
He did. He should have showed it.
Oh, we did
yeah,
show
Mr.
it.
Bradley and Keith back there, man, they can move faster
All
than we
those
can think of
people
things.
are really good, and
well, ladies, thank you very much. And again, we'll get you on again.
Thank you. It was a
Yeah.
pleasure.
And we'll try to Skype somebody in.
I'd love to, because I'd love to do a whole segment of the parade and all the events.
You have all that? Or
I
we
have it all. I
that?
do. Yeah, I do.
Oh, that'd be fun.
That'll be fun to go through all the events throughout the year, and then just the photographs and I'm sure
put it all together. And
that'll be really cool
let
to be
Carl
able
know.
to show. Yeah, absolutely.
I remember that was a huge parade.
That whole year was
That
just
whole-
amazing.
Yes.
Everything we had was just. It made you so proud. You know.
250 years.
Yeah.
And now we got Johnny Appleseed to celebrate.
Now he's going to be 250 years old.
Yeah, 2 years. Pretty good, huh?
Thank
I mean,
you.
that's big, because everybody wants to try to claim Johnny Appleseed. So if you walk through your town one day or something, it's like, I mean, he was a young kid when he left here, but he was born here.
He was born here. I went to the place where he passed away in Ohio.
You did?
A couple summers ago. Yeah. It's like nothing.
Yeah. It doesn't matter.
Nobody even knows. Nobody knows.
It doesn't
no
matter
one
where
knows
you
where they
land.
were. Nobody knew where the place was. It was just a house. It's like
it doesn't matter where you land. What
it's where you
matters
were
is
born.
where
Where
you
were
come
born.
into the earth.
That's right.
All right, we're going to take a short break,
you very
and then
Thank
we're
you.
coming back to talk about wrestling. Carl,
Good.
are you excited?
I'm excited.
Wrestling. So don't mess with me. Don't play with me because you play with fire, right? Is that what the song was? I bring you fire.
Tom, did you take some
All right,
pictures?
we're taking a short break.
All right.
We are
Did you take some pictures?
back in the control room, and we'll be right back.
I finally got registered after like a month.
Sorry, jumping in or jumping front?
Tara, want to get a picture of me? Tara, want to get a picture of me? Oh, yeah. Oh, man. I thought he wanted to wave.
One more. The song that will never die.
Every wedding I've ever been to, you played this song.
Huh?
Every wedding I've ever been to.
Oh, absolutely. You know, my wife bought a cabin in New Hampshire.
Oh, yeah.
And I had to set up the electrical, the power. And I needed a username or something. I used Love Shop.
Perfect name. That's a perfect name.
Leominster, 978-534-1626. We had a wonderful time. Now, last Friday, we just kind of, said, I was waiting to get a block of time when we could, put the hayride together and the tractor and like last minute, like, yeah, we got 2 hours tonight open. So, no, Saturday night. So Friday we posted and we let people know that we'd be downtown from, I think it was 5 to 7 on Saturday night. It was a beautiful day. And then at night, perfect. Got a little cool later just because the temperature changed so quick. And we had a full, from 5 to 7, we had a full crew. And we made, I don't know how many trips around downtown. We'll do it again, and we'll let you know. I can't always give you like a week notice because things change. Speaking of change, coming up, Clash at the Club 3 Pro Wrestling Live is coming up. Can you believe it? I can't wait. This is going to be so cool. That's right, wrestling right here in Leominster, Mass. Guys, introduce yourselves. Let me tell you, that's a standout jacket there.
You got to support
America.
America.
It's got style.
You have to.
It's got style. So I'll let you go first.
Okay. I'm Dave DeJohn. I am the Director of Operations for Hannaford, and I've spent 20 years in the business of professional wrestling.
Did you? You spent 20 years?
20 years, yep. Wrestled everywhere across the U.S. and all the way to South Africa.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Like, before you leave, where's Carl? Can you break a chair over Carl's back before we leave? Carl,
no
do you mind?
Free of charge.
Carl says, no problem, he says. Yeah, no problem. And where are you originally from?
Originally, I'm from Amsterdam, New York.
Really?
Yep.
Is that a big town, a small town?
It's about the size of Leominster, actually. Yeah.
Nice town?
Nice town, old mill town.
Yeah, yeah.
Mother's still there. So.
What did they make there in the mills?
Leather mills.
Leather mills?
Yep.
Aha. And then you ended up here because what?
Hannaford. I have a 30-year career with Hannaford.
Oh, so you've been working with them that long?
Yep, 30 years.
Wow, that's incredible.
Started when I was 5.
It's a good company.
Yeah.
We like him. They Mark down there on Lancaster Street. He's a good guy, good community corporate citizen,
Yeah.
Does a nice job.
Yeah.
Hopeful. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm Scott Bilodeau. I'm the store manager at the Lunenburg Hannaford.
You are? Which is a better store? The Leominster one?
Oh, I can't. They're both good.
No way, man.
I was in Lancaster Street before I went to Lunenburg, and I loved it there.
And then what? What happened?
Whatever this guy asked me to do.
You get to know too many people, and they're like, okay. That was my first store.
Wherever he asked me to go, I go.
That was my first store, Lancaster Street Victory.
Where's Victory? Yeah, you worked with my dad there.
What's that?
Years ago, you worked with my dad there years ago.
Yeah. How cool.
Very cool.
Yeah, it was. I got elevated to from bagging groceries, which I really like to do too. Mm-hmm. I think they must have maybe I didn't do it right or something. It's square off the bottom of the bag, and so they sent me to produce.
Yeah,
so,
I hit him over there.
That's where, That's where I ended up.
Yeah. So I don't have a claim to fame with wrestling. I was one half of the Leominster Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions when I was in high school.
Really?
Yeah, but that's it.
Self-proclaimed.
Well, we can
Self-proclaimed,
we can pull you out of, there's never a time when as long as you're still moving, we can still put you in the ring.
There's always a chance.
So, are you helping to sponsor this?
Yeah, I'm on the engagement committee for our district. So we do a lot of community work, organize events within the stores. And for a couple of years with COVID, we really didn't get a chance to do that. So this year, we definitely wanted to try to come back out and make a splash. And
literally,
Dave,
right?
Yeah.
Pun intended.
And Dave suggested a wrestling event. So he's coming out of retirement, lace up the boots one more time.
When was the last time you wrestled?
Well, I helped out another charity event probably a good year and a half, 2 years ago. But before that was like 5 years.
Well, I was going to say, if it was like 20 or something, I could take them on. Mr. Spagnuolo, what's going on?
Hello, good to see you again.
Yeah.
Rocco from the Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah.
Super
excited. How long have you been working there now, Rocco?
20 years.
Really? Did you start over there on
West Street.
West Street?
Yep.
With like 6 kids?
Yes.
Wow.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Yep.
And you're still there?
Still there.
Wow. And the Boys and Girls Club, we never had a Boys and Girls Club in town. I don't think the history. No. So we had a YMCA is what we had. And they did a lot of good things, but towards the end, I don't know if you remember it, Scott, but basically when they ended it, you walked in, there was one person running the whole place. You signed in, you left your 50 cents, and that was it. You were on your own. I mean, honestly, something could happen in the pool, and nobody would ever know because there was just one person at the desk. So that fizzled out. And then there was nothing. They relied on the rec department and some other, churches did things in town. And then the Boys and Girls came and just remarkable things. It's the franchise of all. I think it's the best franchise ever. It's all over the world, and the things that they do are wonderful. And every volunteer anybody that goes there, you ask them to go there for an hour. Next thing you know, they got they're like full-time members. They're on the board. Their company's involved. That's how well they work. So it's coming up November what? 12th. All right. I just got to rest my body. You guys got professional things down here. Clash with the club. Pro Wrestling Live, Saturday, November 12th. Bell time is 7 o'clock. Don't be a second late because we'll send him after you. And featuring a former imagine that, superstar. Not just star, superstar at the Boys and Girls Club right up there in Lindell Ave. It's $20 to get in, but remember, you're going to get to see Carl have a chair broken over his back. I mean, that's worth $50. And then if you want to sit up front, some people just got to sit up front. They absolutely
love it.
And I think to myself, like, what if they pulled you in and, like, decided to throw you in the ring?
It can happen.
Then what would happen?
It might happen. You never know.
I'm just saying, you pay $40, that doesn't exclude you. What if somebody, like, gets disoriented and picks you up and throws you in the ring or throws you to the other side or something? I mean, and you paid $40 to have that happen, to be a superstar, literally star.
Right.
Doors open at 6 o'clock. Can you get your tickets online or anything? Or?
You can get tickets online at Eventbrite. You can get them at the door. You can get them at the club. You can get them at Hannaford over on Merriam Avenue. So we got tons of ways to get tickets. 100% proceeds going to the Boys and Girls Club, which is great. So we're going to have tons of raffles there also for folks to take part in. And
this is exciting.
That's going to be a good time.
I was watching boxing last night. Don't ask me how, but I finally figured out how to work the TV, Carl. Yeah. And it was Pluto TV. Did anybody know Pluto TV?
Yeah.
It's got like 1 million channels on it. And there was a boxing match. And the two guys that were commenting, they were horrible. Like, they were like, I don't know what they were talking about, trees or something. And so this guy takes the teeth to the mattress, and he gets, before the first round, bell rings, guy's flat out and about. But the guy get up, and he just hung in it. He was amazing. He had resilience. Like, he wasn't going down again. I mean, he slipped on, so whatever. This guy, I don't know. I changed the channel, so I don't know what happened. But the guy deserved to win. So I think at the end, if I was the judge, I'd say, that guy should win. Yeah. He took some serious punches. He hit the mat, right back up. Landed a few, but the commentators weren't even saying, like, wow, this guy's coming back. There was an opportunity. But that's not going to happen on the 12th of November because this is going to be, right? Are you involved? Wow.
She'll be there. Yeah.
Huh? You're going to wrestle, right?
No, Rocco is.
Listen, if I'm going to be there, all bets are off. So nobody's excluded from anything. So this is exciting. Right. So who else is coming? I mean, you've got people in the business, right?
Yep. We got 16 wrestlers coming from New York, New Jersey, here in Massachusetts, Florida. 2 guys, believe it or not, from the Soviet Union. So I'm sure they won't be cheered. But that's why I had to wear the American coat today, just to make sure they understand. But we got folks coming from all over. We got 7 great matches.
Now, how do you do that? Is it agents that you go to help organize that? Or do you pick up the phone and call Jim? Hey, Jim, can you get me about 20 people to come down here to Leominster on the 12th?
Some of my contacts from 20 years of being in the business.
Now, what made you do this? Like, were you wrestling in high school and one day somebody said...
Played football, and I loved it, right? From the day I turned it on as a kid and saw Hulk Hogan and the Iron Sheik, and I said, I got to do that one day.
Bruno Sammartino?
Bruno Sammartino.
Did you watch him?
All of them.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah.
That's when they really beat you up.
I got to wrestle a lot of those old timers when I first started, like Superfly Jimmy Snuka, King Kong Bundy, all those guys. So I was friends with them all.
Wow, that's incredible. How about you, Rocco? You going to be in there?
Yeah, whatever's needed.
Whatever it takes for the team.
Yeah, we're bringing them in. So we're going to do a 6-man tag match with Rocco.
Wow,
I'm ready.
Rocco, you go.
Been in
buddy.
training for months.
Just remember, Bruno Sammartino was Italian,
That's
so
right.
you've got to make him proud.
That's
buddy,
right.
Because if you didn't, be repercussions. So tell me a little bit about the business. So do they take you around the country? They prepare everything for you. You show up, and I mean, can you pay your bills while you're doing this as a professional wrestler? You can,
Absolutely.
And you can make some money at it.
You can make big money.
Really?
Some of those guys have made millions and millions.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
your contract
how about
guys.
like you? I mean, did you salt away a few dollars at the time? And,
Absolutely.
And you lived, and you got to see new places and visit people. And,
Like I said, I would have never been to Africa in my life, and it was wrestling that brought me there, and everything's paid for, and you're getting, I think at that match I got $1,500 in American money for one match.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
$1,500, Rocco. Scott, what do you think? $1,500.
Sign me
You
up.
could throw me in for $1,500. You can fire me out of a
And that was
case.
how many years ago? Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you were big time.
Yeah. I got to wrestle quite a few guys. Undertaker, many guys.
Jeez, that's pretty sporty, huh? That's impressive.
Yeah.
But it's a whole world. I mean,
It's a whole.
do you have to go to like training camp?
Yeah, you
got to
go to a school. You got to
'cause you
start
don't
at a
want anybody to
wrestling
get, like,
school. You got to
permanently
learn
hurt.
how to not break your neck,
Right.
officially. So.
Because sometimes you guys are like taking people and literally, right? You got these moves where you grab them and you flip them and
Absolutely.
you hear the guy's back go bang, and you're like,
Still hurts. Doesn't matter.
There ain't no way he's getting up.
Yeah, they all think there's a big spring in the ring and all this stuff, and I can tell you, when you pick up a 300-pound guy and drop him, it still hurts.
Yeah.
When I started wrestling school, day one, broke my nose purposely. Yeah, that's how it started back then.
Yeah, mine didn't get broken just normally like that. 978-534-1626. This is exciting. And now let's get to real. How come paper towels are so expensive at Hannaford? Let's get to the real meat and potatoes
It's all
here.
supply and
What's
demand.
going on over there? Kidding.
At least they have them now, right?
Hannaford's a huge company, huh?
Yeah,
They're a big
185
company.
stores.
Wow.
Yeah, across 5 states.
And how many did you work in?
No, a lot of them. I was a regional in a bunch of states, so I covered 90 stores at one time.
I mean, they seem to take care of the employees. People
Absolutely.
seem happy.
30
that-
years later, I mean, something worked.
30
right?
years is a long time. I miss the retail business. I miss the grocery business is a fun business.
It's exciting.
Now, when did you start in the business, Scott?
Oh, God. I've been 1983 when I was in high school.
Yeah.
I started with Victory.
Your father worked in the meat department?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a good guy.
Yeah.
Good guy. He lived up there on Short Street, Mount Pleasant
Pine
Ave.
Street.
but
Yeah, grew up
what-
on Pine Street.
Yeah, Pine Street. Good guy.
Yeah, so I started there when I was a kid, and I worked there. I just stayed with them, the Geronimo brothers, and then Hannaford bought Victory. And
I met so
been
many
there ever
nice
since.
people there. I worked there, and you know what? You had to work hard. You can't survive in that business if you don't work hard. You got to have a good work ethic. But it's changed. I mean,
it's fun. Something different every day.
oh yeah, and you get the regulars that come in, and everybody's pretty happy. I mean, now with the prices up, you got to listen to that. I mean, we all want to tell you that the cost of broccoli went up. I'm not buying a bushel. I just want one. No. Right? I mean, that's the case. But people are happy. They're eating their food. It's not like, right, Rocco?
Yeah, we say people have to eat.
Yeah. And they'll come, and they did a nice job down here at the Lancaster Street one. Yeah. They waited for
remodel
Scott to leave,
starting.
and they remodeled the whole place.
Remodel's
As soon as
coming.
Scott left, they're like, okay, bring out the bulldozers, clean this place up, sending them up there on the hill at Lunenburg. So you can,
We're having ours done too right now, though. So,
oh, yeah? They're spending some
they're
money.
big
What's going
This
on?
store is going to be remodeled. Starts in November. Put
whole
a lot
thing?
of money into it. The whole entire
you know what's
thing.
interesting? When they used to have like Johnny's Food Masters, those used to be around Somerville or Cambridge, Boston area. Little corner markets, not huge. They were probably 30,000 square feet, 20,000. And now, my friends come in town. They're like, "You got a grocery store in your neighborhood?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" Like, we don't think about it. Like, yeah, it's not on the main road. I mean, Lancaster Street, 117, but it's not Route. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's not Route 9 or something.
No.
And like, you know how cool that is? Like, to have a grocery store in the middle of your neighborhood? It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have others like that, but this is unique.
Yeah, many.
Yeah, they have them like that?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, what do you want to tell us, Scott? Like, did they holding something like you're going to
Well,
sing
no,
in
I
the
had the
choir?
poster for the show, which I held up, but I did want to ask you a question, because rumor has it that certain mayors might be involved in the show.
Yeah,
Yourself
Mayor
and Mr.
Denatale
Dawson.
has been called out on this. He's yet to be seen, and I'm not sure what's going on. But there could be broken bones and pots involved.
Yeah.
Is there any betting going on behind the scenes? Because I know usually the Leominster Thanksgiving Day game gets a big bet.
Well, we've got till November 12th.
Yeah.
So, well, we've got to hype it up. We can't put it all out there.
That's right.
It'll affect the amount of people that show up. You could fit like a couple hundred people in here, right?
Oh, we're going to push it. We're going to push it to 500-600 people that night. Easy.
That's what we're hoping for.
We're going to pack it
1,500, Carl. They could have thrown me across. I wouldn't have cared. 1,500, 20, 30 years ago, I'm like, let's go for it. Wow, this is going to be fun.
We might be able to raise like 1,500 to throw him around.
Yeah, just throw me. Put me in a cannon and throw me across. And now, Chucky the cannon. And ba-boom. And land in a cup of water or something. It'll be fun. All right, hang on, guys. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere, as they say. Aisle 2, paper towels on sale. 2 for $1, 2 for 10. When I worked at Victory, bananas were 10 pounds for $1. You get 10 oranges for $1. Yeah. Lettuce was like a quarter. That's inflation. Alan Redstone's responsible for this inflation. Yep. Alan all by himself. All right, hang in there. We're going to do some slides here. Did I miss one? All right, we got the latest numbers here. 105,000 people were tested for COVID. About 8,000 people tested positive. 60 deaths in 7 days. One is too many. 1,884 in Worcester County. We're at the bottom line there, very bottom. Leominster case count at 2 weeks. We're about 50 per week. Hospitalization is up. We were down around 500, so up considerably. The important thing is intensive care down 2 and intubated is up 5, so a little better numbers there. Today is the National Day of Conflict Resolution Day. Non-wrestling. You either win or you lose, right? That's how we resolve things in the ring, in Clash at the Club 3, professional wrestling live Saturday night, 12th. Information Overload Day, yeah, that's every day. International Chef's Day, International Credit Union Day, International Sloth Day, International Get Smart About Credit Day, National, you take that 1,500, if you were piling up some money and you invested it properly at the time, you'd be a rich man. 5 minutes. The guy comes out here and starts reminding me, I got 5 minutes. National Youth Confidence Day, right? Did you celebrate that at the Boys and Girls Club today? It's National Youth Confidence Day. Hurry up and call up there. It's Spirit Day and World Statistics Day. Today in history, there you go. 1930, Sherlock Holmes premiered on the radio, Alan, in 1930. NBC, you heard, literally. 1957, Walter Cronkite began his weekly documentary. 1962, Peter, Paul, and Mary, with their song, their album reached #1, and 65, Yesterday, reached gold. We're still singing Yesterday. Johnny Gerard is. 1971, U.S. Senator Kennedy calls for withdrawal of the British. Remember the whole Northern Ireland stuff? Remember that was like a daily thing on the news all the time. Well, anyway, he called for a meeting of the minds and to establish what would be known as a united Ireland. I think they're still fighting up there, but I'm not sure. 1973, Queen Elizabeth opened the Sydney Opera House. 1979, Bob Dylan appears on Saturday Night Live. I didn't realize what a talent he was. He really has an incredible history. Huh?
He's not dead.
No, but I'm just saying, you don't hear about it much today, and I don't think people know his history. I mean, he was like big time. I mean, he got like the Peace Prize and all kinds of stuff. Like you. 1980, Donna Summer, The Wanderer. 1998, Richard Pryor. Listen to this. He got the first ever Kennedy Center Mark Twain Prize for American Humor. And in 2015, U.S. Vice President Joe Biden says, not running for president. That was 2016. So there you go. Shoreland Farms open every day 10 to 5. That's your farm. Go up there, support them. McGowan's, McIntosh, everything. Honey, you name it. This Saturday, as I said, October 22nd, 1 to 3, we meet for the parade behind. It's going to be a beautiful day. We meet behind Walgreens. Don't come struggling in around 2 because we'll be gone. We'll be downtown by then. But if you can't make it for 1, just come downtown. We'll be trick-or-treating. Got 20 or more businesses. And then October 31st is trick-or-treat, and then we kick into all the cool holiday things. The leaves will come down. We got a hard frost last night. Get those leaves. If you have to send your wife, husband, significant other up the tree to pick them off the tree, get them off the tree by November 26th, because that's the last day we pick up. Now, I have no clue what's in here. Could be anything. Pictures of the week, here we go. New defibrillators on the way to city properties. We've got 50 new defibs. We'll be putting them all over the place. You should probably have one at the Boys and Girls Club. Do you have one already?
Got a couple.
These are new. These are, we're trying to get everybody to go with these. Anyway, if your business, corporation, nonprofit, church wants to get one, they'll sell you one at the same cost that we paid for them. So get you a great deal. And huge response yesterday to Domestic Violence Awareness Week. And we had a ton of people. Thank you to all those that showed up, different organizations. Thank you. And there's our hayride through downtown. We'll do it again. A lot of people are like, I couldn't make it 5 to 7 on Saturday night. I'm like, don't worry. You might have to bundle up, but we'll do it again. Smiley comes to the Sheriff Lou's Coat Drive. There we are. Chief, Diana, Michelle, and Smiley from the Woo Sox. Remember, those lost to domestic violence, and there's an empty place at the table that's all set up right at City Hall. Sidewalks continue on Spruce Street. We're getting to many sidewalks as we can. We did $250,000 worth, about $3.1 million in new roads this year. Work continues on the Mystery Building. I think they're just going to sell staging or something is what they're going to do over there. Everyone's talking about it. Are you talking about it at Hannaford? Does anybody talk about Hannaford?
Yeah.
They do? Just tell everybody it's Hannaford coming.
Yeah.
That's all. Say we're doing so well, it's Hannaford. Work continues on Washington Square. Fall and Leominster, look at that, huh? Rockwell Pond, the beautiful leaves all over the city. Well, take a good peek because this could be the last weekend. It's supposed to rain like Sunday night, Monday, Tuesday. And good morning from Shoalin Farms. It's a beautiful picture. All right, we're out of time here. All right, thank you all. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
And
Thanks
we'll
for
see you on the 12th. You better be ready. Kyle, get out here. They're going to break a chair over your back.
I want to fall on a table.
He wants to fall on the table.
We can do that too.
He wants to do that, bounce off the ropes things. Or you can only do that so many times. I don't want to see you like running around the perimeter like Curly. Remember Curly? They beat him up and you're like pushing him back in there. All right, out of time inside Leominster. Thanks for watching. Good night. God bless you. Remember, the world is run by those who show up. You need to show up. What are you rushing me out of here for? It says I got another minute.
Inside Leominster is brought to you in part through the generous support of N.P. Crowley Company Incorporated and by DeCarolis Insurance Agency Incorporated, DeCarolisInsuranceAgency.com, and by Enterprise Bank. Enterprise Bank creates success. EnterpriseBanking.com.
This is LTV.